What's happening, good people? Welcome to the channel. I'm Wes, aka Mr. Budget Watch, and today we are going to be showing you 15 awesome watches to check out in the upcoming AliExpress sale. Now the sale starts on the 23rd of August, so I'm putting this one live a couple of days early. It gives you time to watch it, and you know, if you like any of them, you can add them to your wish list, add them to your bookmarks, whatever you do to store them to look out for later a later date to pick up in the sale. Then you know that'll be really cool. Links for all these will be down in the description if you do actually want to check them out. So before we actually get into the 15 watches, let's quickly roll the intro. Right guys, so the first watch on the list is the Seagull 1963 in the Evil Panda colorway. Now you can actually get this in the traditional colorway, which is like a cream dial. You can also get a regular Panda version, which is the white and black subdials. I personally think this one is my favourite with the Evil Panda, so you've got a black dial with the white subdials. I just think it's an absolutely beautiful looking watch, and for £118 I think that's a pretty good deal. Of course, if you use coins and stuff like that, you might even get it a little bit cheaper. So this one is using the legendary ST19 mechanical chronograph, and I think it's one of the cheapest watches to actually use this movement, because it's an absolutely beautiful movement. I could just see there how lovely it is. Very, very nice. Everything's sort of on show and exposed, and it's nicely decorated too for the price. You can see we've got those blue screws. Really, really beautiful looking watch. Let's quickly look at the specifications, and there they are. So you can pause it now and take a look. So this one does have a sapphire crystal, which is something you don't usually see. Sometimes they actually just come with a mineral or even acrylic. So it's nice that this one at an affordable price has sapphire, which is really, really cool. So anyway, they're just these specifications. Not the best water resistance, but this one is not designed to go near the water. See, it is the 38mm variant as well, so it's going to fit really nice on us guys and girls with slimmer wrists. So let's move on to the next watch. And the next one on the list is this one. So this is the Seagull, and it is their retro style dive watch. To me, this one looks a little bit like a Timex Q, but instead of a quartz, it's actually an automatic using the Seiko NH36. You can also get it in two different colorways. They have this one, which is the Pepsi, and it comes on a single pass Pepsi style strap. And then we have the Batman with the bracelet. I personally would pick the Batman. I just think it's a little bit better value because it comes on the bracelet rather than a strap. You can always add a strap at a later date, whereas a bracelet, you're probably not going to be able to find one that fits because of how the lugs are designed. But I just think it's an absolutely beautiful watch. You can see we've got 200 meters of water resistance, and I just think it's an absolutely beautiful watch. It's got an aluminium alloy case, an artificial sapphire crystal, 316L stainless steel case, so it's definitely got a lot of good specifications for £111, which is going to be in the sale. You can also see you can get £3 off in coupons as well, bringing the price down even cheaper. So let's take a look at the rest of the specifications, and there they are. So if you actually want to pause it, take a look at the specifications. You can see the lug to lug, the movement. Now it actually does say it is acrylic, but yeah, in the actual picture it says that it's sapphire, so I'm not really sure which one it's which. I'm guessing you'll just have to check on YouTube, see if there's any reviews of this watch, just to verify whether it is actually acrylic or if it's sapphire. But I think this is a cracking value watch, and I think you should definitely check it out. So next on the list is a little bit of an expensive one in my opinion, but I just think it's really cool. Now of course you don't have to buy this one, I just want to show it you because I really do like it. I think it's quite a unique looking field watch from Seagull. So you can just see we've got this like really cool design, these really broad thick hands, massive indices, so it's a very, very legible watch, and I just think it's absolutely awesome. There's three different colours as well. We've got this sort of beigey coloured one, we've got this green one, and then we've got a black with a sort of worn, rugged and vintage looking dial. I think that one is probably my favourite out of the three. I think that is an absolutely stunning dial. Yes, it is a little bit expensive, I will admit, but you know what, I mean, it's going to be coming down to £232 in the sale. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but I think it's you know, really nice, and Seagull makes some fantastic watches as well, so you know, you're definitely not going to get a dud. But let's take a look at the specifications, and here they are. So the specifications aren't the best. You can see we've got 100 meters of water resistance, It is a sapphire crystal, 22mm lug width, it weighs 90 gram, 316L, 2-year warranty. It's got an ST2500, so it's not a cheap, nasty automatic. It's actually a really good automatic movement. But yeah, that's another pick if you want something a little bit different and have got a bigger budget to spend. Next up on this list is the San Martin, or San Martin, however you want to pronounce it. The Kanagawa. Yeah, I'm sorry if I butchered that. So this is the fully loomed dial. I just think it's absolutely awesome, this watch. And of course, San Martin makes some really cool watches. Very, very premium, really well made. And you can just see how beautiful that is. I mean, of course, they actually do this watch in different styles as well, if you're not a fan of the printed dial that is fully loomed, and I have to say that does look pretty awesome. So yeah, this one's going to be dropping to £146. A little bit expensive for an NH35, but you know, it's got a 3D printed dial. I just think it's absolutely awesome. You can see one of the other colours they do, which is like a mother of pearl. But yeah, this one really, really cool. Let's take a quick look at those specifications, and if you want to pause it, you know, the specs are right there. So you can see, you know, we've got 200 meters of water resistance, that's Seiko NH35, 120 click bezel, C3 lume, which is really good, gets nice and bright, lasts a while. So very, very nice looking watch. So if you like the Seiko Turtle but want something a little bit different, then you know, this will definitely fit that bill. And just look at that dial, it's so cool, really different and out there. So next up on the list is a Caddison, and the reason why I picked this one is I just think it's awesome because they've got this brand new meteorite style dial. Now, I don't think it is actually meteorite, because meteorite is, you know, is relatively expensive to use in watches. But if it is meteorite, then 84 quid is an absolute bargain. And I absolutely love this watch. I love the you know, the day-date complication, how it's separated. I think it is actually a Rolex Datejust homage, if memory serves, with that fluted bezel, the handset, and the applied Roman numerals. I just think it's an absolutely stunning watch, and the meteorite just takes it to that next level. 84 quid. You know, I think that's an absolute bargain in my eyes. You can just see we've got a butterfly clasp. There's the Myota movement. Not my preferred choice of movements, but I think it's still a lovely looking watch for the price point. Quick look at the specifications. You can see we've got a meteorite surface, 100 meters of water resistance, pretty impressive. Sapphire crystal, again, that's pretty good. There's a look at the overview where you've got some more specifications, the diameter. Again, all the watches will be linked, so you can you know, browse at them at your own time. So let's take a look at the next watch, and it is one that's been making waves on YouTube, and that is the Duca. Not really a fan of the name, I'm going to put it out there. The name is a little bit strange, but if I remember correctly, it is an IWC homage. I'm not sure on the model number, but it is a homage of an IWC watch. And if you know your watches, IWC are quite expensive, and this one is 81 quid, and I think that's quite impressive. So you can see we've got an NH35 and a few different colours. So we've got this one, which is a silver, black and white with a little pop of yellow. We then have a green, white and yellow, a blue, white and yellow, and then a black and yellow. Very, very nice. My favourite out of them is probably the blue, even though that green one is quite tempting as well. Really like that handset, the really cool looking bezel. Very, very nice watch. Is a little bit on the big side though, so probably not for us guys with slimmer wrists. Quick look at the specifications if you just want to pause them now. 100 meters of water resistance, not the best. 200 would have been awesome. Sapphire crystal though, quite impressive. 20 lug width, 14mm thick, and a massive 44mm diameter, so it is a big watch. So you're going to need some fairly chunky wrists to accommodate it, but I just wanted to put it on this list because I think it's getting really positive reviews, even though its, you know, its name isn't the best. So let's move on to the next watch, and this is the GUANJIN, and this is one of their new Submariner-esque style, but they've added their own little flourishes and their own little twist to it. So you can see instead of the classic Mercedes style hands, they've swapped them out to some more sword-esque ones. You can also see the indices have changed up a little bit, even though we've got that classic sub case. My favourite part though has to be that dial. Have we got a better shot of it? Yeah, if you just look at that dial, it's got like a really worn and textured looking dial. really nice. We've got gilting on it as well, with some yellow on the actual bezel insert. I think it's a really cool and interesting looking watch. It's going to be dropping to around £84. A couple of different colourways. We've got a black with orange accents, we've got the PVD coated with the yellow, and then we've got blue and red, and then we've got green with the black. I personally, even though I'm not a huge fan of PVD, I do really like that one. I think it's quite stealthy and it's just got that little pop of colour. So you can also see specifications right here. So we've got 100 meters of water resistance, 20mm, sapphire crystal, always nice, 42mm diameter. So it's not massive, but it's not small either. Again, will be linked in the description. Next up is this one. Now this is a Rokos. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them, but I've been having my eye on these for a while, Jackson. They're really cool looking watches. Yes, they're again on the more expensive side of the homage market, and this one fair, but it is an absolutely awesome looking watch. I love the colourway, the blue and the orange with the silver. You can also see you can get it on a bracelet, which looks really nice. And then we've got a black and red colourway, and of course the blue and orange. Quick look at these specifications, if you want to pause them there. So it's got a Seagull movement in it, which is something you don't see all that often. So we've got a sapphire crystal, 3D loom, 34-hour power reserve, loads of different specs, 100 meters water resistance. Yes, it is a little bit expensive, but I think this is a really cool looking homage watch. So next up on the list is the HEIM dollar, which is their monster homage, so the Seiko Monster. Really a big fan of this watch, and especially for £107 it's going to be dropping to. Plenty of different colours to choose from. You can see we've got a blue, if it's going to load, and then we've got a PVD style one with orange, and then we've got a PVD style with blue, and then we've got PVD with red, and then we've got silver and red, we've got silver and blue, and then we've got silver and orange. So loads of different ones to take your pick from. And yeah, I think it's an absolutely awesome looking watch. They've got great reviews as well, what I've been looking at, and I think that is a really good price, £107. So let's take a look at the specifications. 200 meters water resistance, reasonably small diameter, sapphire crystal, 20mm lug width. Of course it's got that Seiko movement in it, so you know it's going to be nice and reliable. But I just think it's a really cool looking watch, especially now Seiko Monsters are quite expensive to buy. I think that is a really good price for one of these watches. So next up, we're going to be taking a look at a relatively new brand called Caddison. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but again, it's another date, just another Rolex homage, but it's just a little bit different to the other one we showed you. And I think it's really nice. The reason why I've picked this one is because of this model, the one with the purple dial. I think that is absolutely awesome. And you know, 50 quid it's going to be in the sale. I think that's a really good price for this watch, especially with this Seiko NH35. Really love that fluted bezel, the bracelet design, but it's just that purple dial that really sold it for me, and why I actually put it on this list. I know we've got another similar watch, but it was just the purple that really drew me to this watch. So again, specifications, not amazing, sapphire crystal, NH35, 100 meters water resistance, so it's pretty good, 42mm diameter, a little bit on the large side, but I think it's a really cool and interesting looking watch. So next one we've got is the Addy's Dive, and this one I believe is the Sumo homage. I could be wrong, so let's just have a look. Yeah, it's the Sumo homage. Really cool watch, and it's going to be £100. So again, another Seiko NH35, but this one's got BGW9 loom, which if you know your loom, BGW9 is really impressive. I love the colour of it, that like icy blue, and it's really bright. A few different colourways, we've got a black, green and a blue, but 100 quid. If you get one on the bracelet, maybe that one. I think the black actually looks the best. But yeah, I think that's a really interesting looking homage. You don't see a homage of that watch all that often. So let's take a look at those specifications, and there they are. It's quite a weighty watch though, big diameter, but again the Sumo is a big watch. 200 meters water resistance, sapphire crystal, BGW9 loom, 316L throughout. Very impressive for the price point. Moving on, we've got another Seiko homage, but this is the Addy's Dive Tuna homage. Really impressive dive watch in its own right, and it's going to be dropping to £77. Again, we've got three different colourways. We've got a green, a blue and a black. So So let's just take a quick look at those. The black, the blue, and of course the green. I think the green is probably my favourite out of the pick, out of the trio. Let's take a quick look at the specifications. 300 meters of water resistance, really impressive. 47.5 diameter. Yes, that is big, but actually they have a small lug to lug, so they do wear really nice on slimmer wrists, which is pretty cool. Very, very interesting watch. Yeah, the Seikos have been, homaged a lot, but I think this one for the price point is really impressive. So moving on, we've got a Pagana, and again we've got one with a meteorite style dial. So this is their homage to the Daytona, but they've added their own little flourishes. This one is my favourite though, the silver with the meteorite and the black subdials. I just think that is absolutely awesome. 52 quid. That's pretty good. It looks like we've got a fitted end-link strap as well, so we've not got any gaps in it. I just think it looks so nice, and with that meteorite dial, it just really sort of adds a lot of premium look to it. Again, 52 quid, really impressive. So here is all your specifications. We've got a Seiko VK36, so it is a mecha quartz, Hardlex crystal. It's pretty respectable for the price. If it was more, then sapphire would be recommended, but Hardlex for 52 quid, I'm pretty happy with that. So moving on to the next one, and it's actually another Pagana. So this one again is a Rolex homage, but I just think it's really nice. It's one of their newer models, and I think it's a really classy looking piece. We've got 3 different colours to choose from. We've got a black dial, a blue dial, and a silver dial. Very, very nice. Again, I think these ones have probably got a Seiko movement in them, which we'll check in a minute. I just think it's a really nice looking piece. So let's take a look at those specs. And here they are. So we've got sapphire crystal, 20mm lug width. What is the movement though? Can we see the movement? It just says automatic self-wind. Ah, there we go, Seiko NH35. So I don't think that's too bad for 85 quid. I think it's a really nice looking watch, and I can see it, doing pretty well. And finally, we get to this one. So this is the Kronos' new pilot watch that can either be bought with a PT5000 or a Sellita SW200. Now the Sellita will run you 240 quid and the PT will run you 156. These ones have got a fully loomed dial, and it's just absolutely awesome. If you love your pilot style watches, then this one is really cool, a little bit different, a little bit out there. A couple of different strap options to choose from, and of course the 2 different movement choices. I think the PT is probably going to be your best bang for the buck out of them. There's your specifications, 42mm diameter, so it's actually on the smaller side for a pilot style watch. 100 meters of water resistance. So yeah, sapphire crystal, all the good stuff. So that is, pretty much it. There are my 15 picks. Of course, there's plenty of other watches out there, so definitely check out other people's videos, because I'm sure other people have made similar lists. So that is pretty much it. All the links will be down in the description. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. And of course, follow me on social media at Mr. Budget Watch. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.